Stephanie, and this is Talk Tales and Trivia, the show where I talk about society, culture, pop culture, and a little trivia too, so that you can stump your family and friends. It is so much fun. Listen here, I am a mad researcher when it comes to all those topics I research and that trivia I give you, because I want you to have the best holiday season you can, and I want you to have great stories and great trivia around the holiday dinner table. That is what I want for you. If you are a new listener here at Talk Tales and Trivia, I want to welcome you and thank you for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Sit back, relax, listen, and enjoy this episode on the Winter Solstice. The Winter Solstice is here today, which means we are in what is officially called the coldest season of the year. The Northern Hemisphere, where it is the darkest day, sometimes called the shortest day of the year. In the Southern Hemisphere, it is the summer solstice, and it is the brightest day, or if you'd prefer, the longest day of the year. Simply put, the winter solstice is when the sun is at its lowest height in the sky, which makes it the darkest day of the year. Did you know that the winter solstice has a particular moment that it is actually the winter solstice? It is December 21st, and where I am in the Northeast United States, it actually occurred at 5:02 a.m. this morning. From Microsoft News, there's this. According to the Farmer's Almanac, the word solstice stems from the Latin word sol, meaning sun, and sistere, which means to stand still. From the bustle.com website, I find that it's an extremely spiritual day full of sacred rituals. In fact, to some, all of that extra darkness isn't a bad thing at all. I love it. It actually adds to the spiritual significance of the day. The winter solstice has so many spiritual meanings that make it so much more than just the shortest day of the year. And isn't that the truth? The winter solstice is believed to hold a powerful energy for regeneration, renewal, and self-reflection that is perfect for the past year that we've had. In pagan times, the winter solstice was referred to as Yule and was a celebration of the goddess moon energy. It was believed that on this day, the moon would give birth to the sun. It symbolizes the birth of the sun, a representative of the birth of Jesus. It is symbolic of the birth of the spiritual sun within, that we are not separate from the Creator. This is a time for quiet energy, where you get the opportunity to look within yourself and focus on what you want and need. It's a time to set goals and intentions for the coming year, to examine and let go of our past, and to make changes within ourselves. The solstice is essentially tied to a personal awakening. And did you know that the winter solstice is also called a blue Christmas, or the longest night? On this day, some churches and Western Christian denominations hold a church service that honors people that have lost loved ones and are experiencing grief. Well, there's a lot of people doing that this year. The worship often includes opportunities for expression of grief and pain, as well as an opportunity to focus on the promise of hope, and we all need that this year. There is a special interest for this day, as it is also the traditional feast day for St. Thomas the Apostle. This linkage invites making some connections between St. Thomas's struggle to believe in Jesus' resurrection, as well as the long nights just before Christmas. There are growing resources and popularity around this tradition due to the relevance for many who struggle to find joy and hope during the festive seasons. Scandinavians treated the winter solstice as a reason to celebrate the Feast of Yule. As noted by the Farmer's Almanac, a Yule log would be burned in recognition of the heart, light, and life-giving properties of the returning sun, and to pay tribute to the Scandinavian god of Thor. The domestic tradition of burning a Yule log is thought to derive from this ancient feast. It is in ancient Rome that a festival took place in the days leading up to the winter solstice, in observance of Saturn, the god of harvest and agriculture. What makes the 2020 winter solstice extra special this year is that the so-called Christmas star will be visible. What's that? It's actually a rare planetary alignment in which Saturn and Jupiter are expected to line up and come so close to Earth that they'll look like an especially bright star. Stargazers should catch the sight while they can, since this close of an alignment between those two planets, Saturn and Jupiter, apparently hasn't occurred in nearly 800 years. And look for the Google logo in your search engine today. For a short explanation, Google is using its Logo Monday to not only celebrate the first day of winter, but as a rare celestial event. The Monday Doodle honors the winter solstice, and it also celebrates the aligning of Saturn and Jupiter. Based on their orbits from our vantage point on Earth, Jupiter and Saturn will cross within 0.1 degrees of each other, a fraction of the width of the full moon. Yes, it's true. I love the winter solstice. It's a great time to just hunker down and think about how 2021 can be oh so much better. Hey, listen, if you've enjoyed this episode of Talk Tales and Trivia, I love that. You can email me at talktalesandtrivia@gmail.com. That's me. Go to talktalesandtrivia.com to get to my episodes, my social media links, and guess what? There's a little bio on me if you're wondering what I'm all about. Also, if you enjoyed Talk Tales and Trivia, I just bet that you will enjoy my second podcast, Growing Uncomfortable. Listen, go to growinguncomfortable.com to get to all my episodes, social media links, and that bio on me if you're wondering what I'm all about. Listen, I have one more thing I have to tell you before I leave, and that is that you can subscribe. Subscribing is free. It just gives you the notifications of when new episodes come out of both Talk Tales and Trivia and Growing Uncomfortable. Okay, listen, I got to get out of here, but I will see you next time on Talk Tales and Trivia. Okay, bye-bye.